Hello. Today I'd like to share with you my last ideas on what is the most essential when you want to transform something in your life. To really reach the next step in a certain area or in your life in general. What I come to realize is that if we have a goal and we just look in this direction and take action in this direction, even if you stumble, if you just fail in a way that just things don't work right away every time, just like that. So it's not a problem. You just learn. It's just a learning process. Just you're just climbing, the ladder to the next step, and it's just the way it is. There's nothing difficult in this process. What is difficult is what we perceive. We have feelings that, and the feelings we have, it's always what I'm talking about. It's the big concept is there. The feelings are things that we really feel. It seems like the world is and we are, what we perceive through our feelings. That's something we can really experience. And all those feelings are on every time based on past experiences, so in our beliefs and how we perceive life because of our past experiences. And it's like it's a good indicator. Actually, it's not something bad, but it's based on the past. It's if we have perceived something as a bad experience in the past for whatever reason, then we have bad feelings if we come back in a situation that looks alike. And that's a good indicator because maybe it's a bad experience and we just don't want to live that again. So it has a purpose and it's a good thing. Now, if you want to change something, you have to, you have to perceive things differently. You have to say, okay, in the past it had been a bad experience, but maybe I don't have to look in the past and say, okay, here is how it happened, and this is the reason why, and blah 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 blah. The only reason is the only thing that matters is to look at what is happening now and say, okay, I have those bad feelings, and really the feelings are everything that prevents us from moving. That's really the key part to look. Uh, because what prevents us from moving, it's not the feeling by themselves, it's our behavior. That when we feel something difficult, and though we have and then we have those bad feelings uh, that make things difficult, we just tend to uh, to run away from that, to hide. We just don't want to leave that, and so obviously we just don't go in the direction we want to go. We give up. We find excuses not to do what we know we have to do. We you know many things that just prevents us from moving. It's just our behavior that prevents us from reaching the higher step. It's the behavior, and the behavior is based on, okay, it just doesn't feel good, so I'm not going to do it. Even if you don't say that to yourself, it's what you're doing. And that's why I say it's important to realize that those feelings are based on past experiences. And obviously, if you hadn't some kinds of difficult parts, you would be already at the next step. So the real challenge is to face those bad feelings and say, okay, it doesn't feel good. I don't really enjoy this feeling, because it's just feelings, even if it appears as, okay, life is difficult and that's difficult because of him, because of this condition, I can't do this, I can't do that. But the fact is that I'm not moving, and because it appears as difficult and as, well, uneasy. So if I'm just able to say, okay, it doesn't feel really easy, but that's where I want to go, and I'm going to step in this direction. anyway, then things happen. That's it. So it's important to see that those feelings are based on past experiences, and if you want to go in this direction, it's good to say, okay, it doesn't feel good, but is there really something that I shouldn't do? And if you just look at things clearly and say, okay, it's just a feeling, okay, am I really sure that I can do anything at all? And if there's just a little thing that I can do, I must just do it. And that's enough, because when I have done that, I see that there's maybe another little thing that I can do, at least to try. Okay, and then things change. You know, I make one step, then I realize I can make another step and another step, and I'm completely moving the direction I want. But at first of all, I'm not able to see how I'm going to reach the next step. Most of the time, we're not able. It's just impossible. The only thing which is important is to see clearly where I want to go. I want to go there. I want to reach that. How? I have no idea. Maybe I have a little idea. The only thing is, okay, what's the next step? What could I do from there? What's my present situation? What can I do from there? And obviously, at some point, I'm going to feel uneasy. I'm going to feel that it's not possible, that I'm, a lot of uh, negative emotions, that maybe I'm not valuable enough, I don't deserve it, and it's very, very common. It's you will have to face those emotions. The thing is that the challenge is only there. Just realize it's just something I feel. It's not that intense, actually. Maybe if I want to really dive into those emotions, and it can be intense, I don't know. The thing is, you don't have to dive into that. You just have to make do with them, and just realize that the reality is one thing, my feelings and emotions are another thing. If I want to go there, okay, I just look clearly at the situation and I say, okay, here are my feelings. I don't see how I'm going to get to this point, but I know where is the path, and the next step is there. And you can be sure that you're going to succeed at pretty much anything. The only thing that prevents us from moving is our behavior, because we just don't want to face feelings of difficulty. That's it, for any reasons. And then beliefs, come into place to make us to give us excuses that, yeah, but it's not your fault, there's nothing you can do. No, we just don't know how we're going to do it. But if we take the next step in the direction we want, even if you feel uneasy, and it's the only real um, challenge is there. When it feels uneasy, what are you going to do? You keep moving. Not that difficult. You find excuses and you hide from those difficult feelings. You have just stopped your path, your way in the direction you wanted, and you're not moving anymore, and that's the end, and that's it. So just realize the real challenge is there. That's it. That's all. You just have to focus on when it feels uncomfortable. Now that's the key. That's exactly where I have to dig. Okay, so let me know what you think of that, obviously, and I'll continue to explain what I realize, how I'm moving in my life. And I think I clearly have some objective that I'm giving to myself now, to see how it evolves following what I'm saying. Okay, so I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.